The life of Son Goku. Background. Son Goku or Kakarot was born on 16th April, age 737 in the Dragon Ball timeline. He lives in 439 East District. He is a Saiyan from the now destroyed planet Vegeta. He is the son of Bardock and Gine and a brother to Raditz, who are now all dead. He was adopted and trained by Grandpa Gohan. Initially, as a baby Saiyan, Goku was exceptionally meek, continually sobbing for consideration. Goku was then customized with extreme aggression towards completing his goal of destroying all aware life on Earth. On being found by Grandpa Gohan, he was boisterous, savage, and forceful, needing nothing to do with the senior, albeit this was apparently just when Grandpa Gohan was worked up, as when at first meeting he immediately favored Grandpa Gohan. In any case, after the head injury which was caused by falling off a cliff, he had lost his instinctual hostility. Goku turned out to be notable for the vigorous, generous, unadulterated heart he has and caring character qualities he earned from his mother Gine. He was educated to be respectful to everyone by Grandpa Gohan. One day, Gohan discovered Goku's Uzaru or giant ape form, which gets triggered when a Saiyan looks at a full moon, and was told by Grandpa Gohan to never look at the full moon. But one night, he looked at the moon and, in his giant ape form, unknowingly killed Gohan. Since then, he had been living all alone with his deceased grandpa's last memories, that is, Power Pole or Nyoibu and the 4-star Dragon Ball. He even talked to the Dragon Ball, thinking that his deceased grandfather's soul was in the Dragon Ball. Emperor Pilaf Saga. One day on Mount Paozu, a young monkey tailed boy named Goku was finished with his daily course and saw that his late adoptive grandpa's Dragon Ball was glowing, which is the 4-star Dragon Ball. Later on, when on his way back home, when a giant fish he was going to eat for lunch was rammed into by a car driven by a young teenage girl named Bulma. At first, Goku thought the Dino Cap car Bulma was driving was a monster, but then it was revealed that she was a human girl. Bulma came with Goku to his house to eat lunch with him, but Bulma saw that he had the Dragon Ball she was looking for. Goku refused to give it to her and she told him the legend of the dragon known as Shenron. Goku decided to join Bulma on a quest to acquire the 7 mystical balls. After encountering a hungry pterodactyl, the two then set up camp later. Goku was then introduced to technology and was given a bath when Bulma set up her capsule house. The next morning, Goku ends up meeting a sea turtle outside of the house while waiting for Bulma to get ready. Goku and Bulma end up postponing their quest to help the sea turtle. On their way, Goku defeats a bear thief, which then impresses Bulma, having her more confident in Goku's ability. When they came to the ocean, the turtle brought back his master. The turtle hermit later came to be known as Master Roshi. Being thankful for Goku's help, he was given the Flying Nimbus or Kintoun, and Bulma was given another Dragon Ball. 3 days later, Goku and Bulma end up in Aru village, where they end up being mistaken for Oolong, a shapeshifter who has been kidnapping the villagers. When Bulma found out that Granny Paozu and old village in the lady had the Dragon Ball, she forced Goku to disguise himself as Oolong's next target to find out where Oolong was kidnapping the villagers. When the plan ended up failing, he decided to take on Oolong in combat and capture him. After Oolong revealed his true form, which was a pig, he showed the villagers where he had kept the kidnapped villagers, and Bulma was given another Dragon Ball by Grandma Paozu. After the village was saved, Bulma forced Oolong to join them, thinking his shape-shifting ability would be useful. Oolong was completely against the idea, ended up being controlled by vitamin Bulma gave him to make him go to the bathroom whenever she said piggy. Bulma ends up losing her dino caps and ends up not having any vehicles for the rest of the journey. After walking a couple of miles, they end up in the Diablo Desert where Bulma goes crazy and passes out in the heat. While she passes out in the heat, a desert bandit named Yamcha and his sidekick Puar, a former acquaintance of Oolong, ambush Goku and Oolong and try to rob them. Goku fights back with his power pole, revealing to Yamcha that Goku is the grandson of a legendary martial artist named Gohan. Yamcha uses a powerful attack called Wolf Fang Fist, which is Yamcha's signature move, to knock Goku into the rocks before trapping him under rubble. Just before Oolong gives his capsule, Goku comes back with a little bit of energy left and sends Yamcha in a rage, which is stopped when Bulma wakes up and Yamcha is scared off due to his fear of women. Later that night in Oolong's house wagon, Yamcha overhears Goku telling Oolong about the Dragon Balls. He then dedicates his mission to getting the Dragon Balls instead of robbing them. When Bulma and Goku fall asleep from Oolong's special juice, Oolong is interrupted when trying to search the room Bulma is sleeping in. Puar, who is disguised as Goku, ends up luring Oolong, who is disguised as Bulma, out of the trailer for Yamcha to go and steal the balls. Yamcha ends up failing when he sees Bulma. The next morning, Bulma, Goku, and Oolong continue their journey. Yamcha, who is outside, shoots down the house wagon with a rocket launcher and knocks Bulma out. Goku ends up having a rematch with Yamcha and knocks his tooth out in battle. Yamcha then surrenders and comes up with a different idea and lets them collect the Dragon Balls and gives them a car with a tracker. While traveling, they ended up at Fire Mountain, which is the site for the 6th Dragon Ball. Oolong was scared to go because he knew legends of the Ox King and knew he would kill them. Bulma forced Oolong to come with them to go find the ball. Goku went to the top with the flying Nimbus, but it was too hot for him to manage. When he got down to tell Bulma, the Ox King began to fight Goku in a battle. At first, the Ox King seemed too much for Goku, but when Goku got on the flying Nimbus, the Ox King changed his mind and asked Goku to go with his daughter Chi-Chi to get the Basho fan to put out the fire from Master Roshi, who was his and Gohan's martial arts teacher. When Goku and Chi-Chi got to Master Roshi's house, Chi-Chi was not convinced that the old man was really Master Roshi, so she decided to test him while throwing the blade that was atop her helmet straight at Roshi while his back was turned. Roshi tried to deflect the attack with his might but ended up getting a blow to his head. After Roshi showed his ID to the two, he went on to say that he had threw away the Basho fan a long time ago but agreed to put the fire out himself. When they got back to Fire Mountain, Master Roshi revealed a powerful technique called the Kamehameha Wave and destroyed the mountain. Under the rubble, Bulma found the 6th Dragon Ball. Goku, who was amazed by the wave and tried to perform it himself, ended up destroying the car Yamcha gave him. The Ox King was thankful for getting rid of the fire and gave them his car. Just before they left, Chi-Chi asked Goku if they would ever see each other again and Goku agreed. On their way to the final Dragon Ball, Oolong sees that the car is low on gas and decides to stop at the closest town to fill it up. While there, everyone looked in fear of Bulma, who was still in the bunny costume Oolong had given her. While in town, Bulma was able to get free stuff. When she got different clothes on, everyone stopped being afraid of her because she was mistaken as a member of a local gang called the Rabbit Mob. Once Bulma met back up with Oolong and Goku, they saw two members of the Rabbit Mob bullying the villagers. When they noticed Bulma, they tried to hit on her, but when she rejected them, they got mad and Goku came and defeated the two in a matter of seconds. Afterwards, the two called their boss over, which then caused the whole town to run in panic. When the boss of the Rabbit Mob, Monster Carrot, showed up, he turned Bulma into a carrot with his handshake. Monster Carrot then threatened Goku to not move, else he would eat Bulma, allowing the two members to beat up Goku. Yamcha and Puar, who were still hiding, decided to temporarily switch sides and helped Goku defeat Monster Carrot. Puar turned into a bird and stole the carrot while Goku and Yamcha tried to fight Monster Carrot. Puar dropped the carrot when crashed into a mushroom tree and Goku caught it. Monster Carrot then got scared off when Puar transformed into him and threatened to touch it. Monster Carrot then turned Bulma back to normal and was tied up with his two minions and taken to the moon where they were forced to make marshmallow treats for children.
Goku and Bulma were not the only ones seeking the magical Dragon Balls. A small, blue-skinned man named Emperor Pilaf was also seeking the balls, with his wish being to become the supreme ruler of the entire world. Assisting Pilaf are his two close members, Shu, a fox-like man, and Mai, a soldier. Many of Pilaf's attempts to steal the Dragon Balls away from Goku are foiled by the young warrior, causing great embarrassment to the villains. However, he is finally able to steal all 7 balls from our heroes by trapping them in a room and knocking them out with sleeping gas. Without delay, Pilaf rushes to his castle and summons the eternal dragon Shenron. But before he can make his wish come true, Oolong jumps in at the last minute to put a stop to it by making his own wish. After doing so, the balls gather in the sky and are separated once more, never to be used for another year. An enraged Pilaf imprisons the heroes in his castle. Later that night, Goku tells the story of his grandfather Gohan and tells of his untimely demise. A great and terrible beast came upon Gohan's shack one night and crushed the old man to death. This was also the night of a full moon. Upon finishing the story, Goku witnesses the full moon peeking in through the roof of their cell. This causes Goku to lose all sense of himself and transform into a giant, deadly ape-like monster called Ozaru. The monster immediately proceeds to destroy the castle. Pilaf and his minions escape the castle in time, but Yamcha and the rest of the gang must now find a way to help their enraged friend. Puar changes into a pair of scissors and cuts off Goku's tail, changing the frightening beast back into the small peaceful child. Morning comes and Goku awakes with no memories of the night's events. The experience now confirms to the rest of the gang that it was indeed Goku himself was responsible for Gohan's tragic death, though all of them agree to never tell Goku as the knowledge would undoubtedly crush the boy's soul. As Goku awakens with tattered clothes and tailless, Oolong gives him his pants to cover up as Goku goes on to find his power pole in the ruins of Pilaf's castle. Bulma and Yamcha decide to become friends as they decide to head back to her hometown of West City. She gives Goku the Dragon Radar so that he may go after his grandfather's Dragon Ball when it can be detected again in a year. As Goku goes his own separate way to get strong and train under Master Roshi, he goes aboard the flying Nimbus and waves goodbye to his friends for the first time as they fly off in a capsule plane ending their journey. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, comment and subscribe. My social media links are in the channel description.